What's going on, guys? It's Jet, and I'm here over on some Battlefield 1. Now, from what I see, Battlefield 1 is actually one of, if not the most, like, positively reviewed. Sure, I know that there's a lot of people that are into the classics, you know, Bad Company 2, Battlefield 4, stuff like that. Even the, like, original. But it seems like, collectively, people think that Battlefield 1 is one of the best ones. Every time I'm playing 2042, I have people talking about how shitty 2042 is. So I'm going to the game that a lot of people seem to hold in high regard. Now, I don't know why this is held in such high regard. Like, also another thing, if you look over at, like, the Steam charts, for example, the most played games, it goes Battlefield 1, Battlefield 5, and then 2042. Oh my god. Trying to cap it again. The only thing I ever remember about this Battlefield, this is the one where there's no tac sprint or anything. And the cool thing about that is it'll be closer to Battlefield 6, since that also doesn't have it. But instead of having a tac sprint, people used the bayonet, this right here, as a way to run faster. I always thought it was so silly that the character was just yelling and shit the entire time. Weird thing is, though, from what I remember when I was initially playing the game, I thought that you could just constantly use the bayonet shit. It seems like there's some kind of cooldown or some shit. But you can see down in the bottom right where it's regenning, where eventually I can use my bayonet once again. The thing is, I don't know why they made the voice line like this. I get you're supposed to sound kind of scared or whatever whenever you're about to stab somebody with a bayonet. I get it, but I can't help but laugh sometimes. How do I mark people in this game? There's gotta be a way to mark people. I remember being able to spam that over and over and over again and basically just like traverse the entire map doing that. I wanna see if I can get somebody with the bayonet. Hold up. I see an enemy! No! I was about to do that guy horrible. Yeah, now whenever that thing is regenning down in the bottom right for the bayonet, you can't even sprint afterwards either. Like, I get it that it's a sprinting animation, so sure, your character shouldn't be able to sprint anymore, but this is absolutely nerfed in comparison to what I remember it being. Unless I'm going fucking crazy. I'm not going crazy, am I? I found some of my sensitivity a little bit better, although sniping is a whole other story. I saw that the Battlefield devs were, like, trying to make it clear and kind of distance themselves away from Call of Duty, where they're saying, like, we think our game is really unique. Basically saying that Call of Duty and Battlefield are really not similar games. And while they're right, they have always historically competed with each other regardless. They've always been different games. We know that. And watch the montages. You can see the clear difference in, like, the style of them. I would say that both games are actually pretty arcadey. Too many people call Battlefield, quote, realistic. It's really not. And I'm not even saying that like it's a bad thing. I enjoy arcadey stuff. I think that there's a lot of arcadey elements in Battlefield. It just has a very realistic look to it. They have always been different. The problem is that they have both, like, literally done, like, full-blown marketing campaigns against each other for years. You conditioned both of these fan bases to constantly look at each other, even though they really shouldn't. And even though Call of Duty is, like, the casual king, something about Battlefield, especially right now, after the years of skill-based matchmaking and all that, I'm sure there is some kind of skill-based in these games as well. But something about this game doesn't feel like you need to take it so seriously. And in a way, makes it feel more casual. When I say casual, I don't mean it as an insult. It's more, I shouldn't even use the word casual. It's more organic. It's gonna sound super ignorant saying this, but what's like the critical difference between Battlefield 1 and Battlefield 5? I think one is like World War I, one is World War II or whatever, sure. But like mechanically, I mean, like why? Sure, I can understand why 2042 is reviewed very low. And the only reason it has any players at the moment is because it's the most recent one. But yet people still are consistently playing 1 and 5. What are 1 and 5 doing differently? Or even like uniquely? What the fuck? What's the sniper rifle with the absolute most range on? I'm using the M1903 right now. Damage, accuracy, I mean, everything is maxed out on those. What's the difference between the SMLE marksman and infantry? Let's try the SMLE. Oh, this weapon, I remember this scope. Well, you don't have to keep screaming. Please relax. Oh my. What the fuck? Oh, I thought I was getting assassinated. Holy shit. River Song. Okay, sure. Wow, okay. That's a lot of votes. Is Foul Fortress that bad? Is Foul Fortress the one I think it is? I know it's gonna sound stupid. Is Foul Fortress the one with the fortress? Is it the one that looks like it's a fucking castle? How do I see the scoreboard? Oh, scoreboard. 39 and 16. Not bad. It's better than getting these super low kill games where I'm not even seeing anybody at least. Battle pack progression. So one thing about this game, off rip, that I need to say that it premium pass content. Well, now what? Immediately off rip, I noticed that I can't edit my weapon in this menu. When I go to weapons over here, this is just like stats thing. At 37 minutes on this one weapon, I don't even remember. The only way you can actually customize it is by going into the game, and the server browser is kind of broken. It's actually crazy you can't edit your stuff before you get in game. I don't, that's blown my mind. One issue that I also am having where it keeps telling me that I need premium stuff after they just go and play on a base map, and it kicks me out. I feel like I'm playing like older Call of Duty where it kicks you out for not having DLC. I can't tell if it's going to swap over to one of those or if it's only base maps. Sometimes even the server will say base maps. Swear I'll get kicked from this at some point for one reason or another. View battle packs. Unopened battle packs. So I can spend my scraps to buy one of these? All right, let's buy an ultimate revision pack. It can potentially give us some kind of skin. Okay. Unopened. Superior battle pack. Is this a supply drop opening kind of thing or what? All right, open up. Oh, I remember this! All right, what is it? It's a pistol. Squad XP boost. And that's it. I got a pistol from that. Okay. I didn't even get one of the high pistols either. 118 other possible skins. Okay. Personally, I feel like it does make a little bit more sense to play 2042 because I think on controller at least, it feels like I feel a difference between Battlefield 1 and 2042. The same way I feel the difference between like Battlefield 4, for example. Battlefield 4 felt noticeably more difficult, but I can't tell if it was actually more difficult, like in terms of recoil patterns, or if it was a control thing where like maybe the controls over the years, I don't know if it was like stick acceleration or whatever. Even if I go and put the same exact settings from one game to the next, it doesn't guarantee that I'll get the exact same feel. And that's one of the main things that drove me away from even playing controller on this game. On top of the fact that like mouse and keyboard just looks way cooler. I'm nothing special on mouse and keyboard whatsoever. Not that controller is very special either, but I got a certain flow I can at least get into whenever I'm actually playing on controller. Whereas on mouse and keyboard, you know, sniping, it feels a lot easier. It's not really that hard to begin with. It's definitely harder than COD sniping though, that's for sure. Mostly just because you have to hit them in the head, right? Evo's going on this weekend. Always super fun to watch, especially Tekken. Tekken's gotta be the best one to watch. I know that Street Fighter, you know, is the most popular one. Street Fighter's got its place for sure. It's the biggest one. Mortal Kombat is in the gutter. It's actually a fucking joke. Barely anyone enters it in Evo anymore, which is like crazy when it's like the Call of Duty of fighting games, but whatever. It's easily the most popular one every single time it comes out. Mortal Kombat has like worldwide appeal. Not that people don't know Street Fighter or whatever, but they don't interact with it the same at the start. MK1 is embarrassing. It's the cameos' fault. I'm sorry. I have to blame the cameos. Cameos remove that. Never add that shit into Mortal Kombat ever again. Matter of fact, I don't even want tag back. Don't put in tag. Don't do none of that shit. Virtua Fighter 5 Revo. There's an update for Virtua Fighter 5? I would say that Virtua Fighter, I don't know shit about Virtua Fighter, but in my head, I view Virtua Fighter as like Tekken, but on steroids. Is that closer or further from the truth? It's a 3D fighter. It's got a ton of different moves you can throw. You can get put out of bounds, kind of like Soul Calibur. Every time I see people talking about it and they compare it to other fighters, they say Virtua Fighter is a real martial artist game. Whatever the fuck that means. I guess like no crazy shit, like completely grounded martial arts. But even then, I've seen Virtua Fighter before and there are still like some ridiculous characters with ridiculous moves. So I don't know how true that is. Anyway, Battlefield, I don't understand how you can't edit your stuff in the main menu. Unless I missed it and I'm an idiot, I'm sorry. Battlefield 6 has restrictions for what weapons can be used in each class as a secondary weapon based on feedback. You can no longer have an assault rifle secondary, LMG secondary, or sniper rifle secondary. You can, however, have a carbine, DMR, or shotgun. What is happening with EA? No way they're actually making good for the player decisions. It all looks good now. I'm telling you, pump the brakes. There has to be something wrong. I know that this might just be like a trauma response kind of thing, but you never, ever trust EA. And of course, like Battlefield Studios and DICE, or whatever you want to call them, of course, they're making a lot of the decisions there, but the things that people will not be happy about and likely cannot be changed is likely going to come from EA. It has happened every time, and it will happen again. Everybody knows this. Don't get too drunk off of the hype. It looks good, sounds good. I'm excited to play the shit. I'm going to play it. I don't even know what they're capable of. I'm afraid of even putting it out there in the world. And the worst part about that is, it's already out there. Dude, one person leave, please. Dude, somebody leave, please. Every single time I see this blimp in the fire thing, I remember when this came out, but every time I see this, I think of the disaster that happened in New Jersey with one of these like airship things that caught on fire. 30-something people died. Shit's crazy. This game doesn't seem to have nearly as many attacks. Well, I guess it makes sense, right? Why is it so foggy? What is this site? Oh no. Wait until I'm there playing BF6 early so I don't have to sit there and rummage through a whole bunch of year-old long videos what the best weapons are and shit. I have no idea what the meta is. Oh shit. Yeah, on Battlefield 2042, when you die, you can just like spam ping the shit out of people. I guess they want you to have less information in this Battlefield because, I mean, obviously you guys got less technology, I guess. You can still mark people, but you can't like ping them the same way. I don't know. I heard that there wasn't going to be a server browser, which kind of sucks. Okay, well, no, there will be a server browser for Portal. That's what it's called, right? Portal? And from what I know, Portal was kind of like a failure in the last one, but this one actually seems much better. Way more customization than like the previous version. Let me spawn in the vehicle. Let me in. All right, that's enough.